We are going to create a client-server virtual network of 3 computers. And because this is a virtual network, so I'm going to use a vmWare workstation. Uh, and For client machines, we will use Windows 7 Professional ISO image, and for server, we'll use a Windows Server 2012 ISO image. So let's get started. I'm going to make clients first. So click Create Virtual Machine. Next, browse the image, and this is the image for Windows 7 Professional. Click Next, and product key, and the product is Windows 7 Professional, and then click Next. And location for client, I'm going to change. I'm going to use virtual machine 1, and the name of the PC will be PC1. Click Next, and it will store virtual disk as a single file with 60 GB. Click Next, and power on this virtual machine after creation, yes. Click Finish. Now it's creating a disk. Our machine is getting ready. Our first virtual client machine is ready. Follow the exact procedure and make one more client virtual machine. As you can see, we created 2 virtual machines on the left side, PC1 and PC2. Now we will rename both the client computers. Open PC1 and click Control Panel, System and Security. Set the name of this computer. Now here you can see that we have a computer name, but we are going to change it to PC1. Click Change Settings, and then click Change, and here we will say PC1. Click OK, and click OK. Restart. Now open the second client machine, click Start, then click Control Panel, System and Set Security. See the name of this computer, and we have computer name, but we're going to change it to PC2. Click Change, and the name of this computer is PC2. Click OK. We need to restart it. Click OK, close it, and restart it. Now we need a Windows Server machine. To make a server machine, click Create a Virtual Machine again. Click Next. Browse the ISO image file. Click Next, and select the location. Click Next again. It will store virtual disk as a single file with 60 GB, and click Finish. Now Windows Server 2012 wizard is started. Just click Next. Install now. I will choose the second option, which is Windows Server 2012 R2 Standard Evaluation Server with a GUI, which is Graphical User Interface. Select it and click Next. Check this option. I accept the license terms and click Next. Click Next. Uh, this password will be used when we will join the client machine. So it's important to have a secure password. Okay, I choose the password. Now click finish. Now it will ask you press Ctrl Alt Delete to sign in. After pressing Ctrl Alt and Delete, we will enter administrator password. Now press submit. As you can see now, our server manager is installed alongside with two client PCs. Okay, the next step is that we are going to change the name of the server. And for this, we need to go into Start menu, then click Control Panel, System and Security, and see the name of this computer. Here we can see the full name of the computer, but we are going to change it and click Change. And we are going to give it a name, UK Server. Click OK. And you must restart your computer. Click OK again, close it, and restart it. Now we are going to install domain name server, which is DNS, and for this purpose we will click this add roles and features, or we can also go from here add roles and features. Click it and click next. And a role based or feature based installation, yes, click next. And this is our server. Click next. And we are going to install DNS server. Click it and add features and then continue and then next and then next and click next and install it. Okay, now you can see that the installation succeeded and we installed domain name server. Just close it. On the left side you can see the DNS and at the bottom as well. It is a server, but it cannot control the clients yet because we need to install a Active Directory. And the next step is to install Active Directory. Again, we will go into Manage, Add Roles, and Next, Role-Based Feature-Based Installation, click Next. And from here, we can see Active Directory Domain Service. Active Directory Domain Service, we need to click it, add features, and then next. Click next, and then install. Now our Active Directory is installed as well. Now we will promote the server to the domain controller. And for this, if you look at the top, there is a notification. You click it, and here you can see the configuration required for Active Directory. And click this, promote this server to a domain controller. We do not have existing domain or existing forest. That's why we'll select add a new forest. Click it. We will select the domain name, which is basically a fully qualified domain name. So I'm going to select it a mirpurajk.com. Click next. And functional level, we will select Windows Server 2012. You can set as an administrator password like we used before. Now click next. Just ignore this notification. Click next again. It is verifying the NetBIOS name assigned to the domain. So the selected NetBIOS domain name is mirpurajk. Now click next. Here are the locations of the Active Directory domain services log files. I will keep the default. Just click next. Just review these selections and then click next. All the prerequisites checks are passed successfully. Just click install. Now PC1 and PC2 are going to join the domain. We will go into start menu, click control panel, system and security, see the name of the computer, change setting, change, and we need to click this domain, and the name of the domain was Mirpur AJK, MIRPURAJK, and then click OK. So it will ask you the administrator password, which is important to join the domain, and now click OK, and joining is successful. We receive this message, welcome to Mirpur AJK domain. Click OK, and you must restart this. Okay, restart now. Now after restarting, we can see this message called press Ctrl or delete to log on. So when we pressed it, we can see here the name of the PC, which is PC1 and /ABI, which shows that this computer is now joined with the domain. Now follow the exact procedure for the second PC. Click the start menu, control panel, system and security, see the name of this computer, change setting, click change, and member of domain, and our domain name is Mirpur AJK. Just click OK. Now it's asking you again the administrator password, and once you will click OK, it will join the domain. Click OK. Okay, now you get this message, welcome to the Mirpur AJK domain. It means it is joined with the domain now. Click OK and restart it. Close it. Restart now. After restarting, press Ctrl Alt Delete. Now you can see it is domain joint login with this name PC2/ the name of the user. Now just to make sure that it really joined the domain, just go into start menu, control panel, system and security, and see the name of this computer. Here you can see now the full computer name is PC2 dot the name of the domain. So it means it is joined the domain. You can also check if you go in, click network and internet, network and sharing center, and here you can see the name of the domain. So it means it joined the domain. The next step is that we will check the IP address of both the clients. So open the first PC, go into start menu, all programs, accessories, and command prompt. Write down ipconfig and press enter. Now you can see the IP address of PC1, which is 192.168.98.138. Now we will open a PC2. We will go into start menu, click all programs, then accessories, then command prompt. Write down ipconfig and press enter. Now we can see the IP address is 192.168.98.139. So the first PC has 138 at the end, and the second PC is 139 at the end. Now we will ping PC2 from PC1 by using its IP address. So let's go for it. Ping, and then the IP address of the PC2, which is 192.168.98 and 139. So if I press enter, now we can see the request timeout. It means it is not communicating with the PC2. Let's check another PC now. I'm going to use ping command again, and the IP address of PC1 192.168.98 and 138. If I press enter, I can see that request timeout means that this computer is not communicating with the PC2 as well. And the possible reason could be that network and sharing option could be off. So we need to go into PC1 first. Just click PC1, start menu, control panel, network and internet, network and sharing. And on the left side, we need to go into advanced sharing. And now we can see that on public profile, it is off. We need to switch it on, and file sharing, switch it on. And the option for private as well, switch it on. And save the changes. And once changes are saved, go to the PC2 and in start menu, click control panel, network and internet, network and sharing center. On the left side, want sharing, and choose these options, turn on. And save the changes. Now if we ping from PC1 and the IP address of the PC2, we know that it is 192.168.98 and 139, and press enter. Now we can see that it is replying, and we send 4 packets, receive 4 packets, and lost 0. So it means the communication is okay. Now go to the PC2 and use the ping command again. And the IP address of PC1, which is 192.168.98 and 138, and press enter. Now we can see that it is replying, and we send 4 packets, receive 4, and lost 0. So communication is okay between these two computers. Now let's view all the computers on this network from the server. So for this, we need to go into the Windows Explorer, and we can see the tab network, click it. And because network discovery is off, we need to switch it on. We can switch it on by clicking on this option, and it says turn on network discovery. Now we can see that all the computers on this network with their name, like PC1, PC2, and the server itself. Okay, our network is ready and we are on the server machine. And the purpose of the network is how can we manage the resources. Now the first thing we are going to do is how can we create the users on this network, because users are important. When they log into client machines, they must have some privileges to use. Some users will be normal users, like they cannot change the settings or they cannot do certain jobs on the client machines. But some users will have a administrative privileges, means they can do lots of works on the client machines like the administrator do. The first thing we are going to do, we will go into the tools menu, and here you can see that we have to direct users and computers. When you click it on the left side, you can see this is our domain, and here you can see the users. On the right side is a list of users, There are administrator, there are normal user, there are security groups, but we are going to create a new one. So just right click and go into new and user. Here you will have to fill up this form. That's basically you are creating a new user. So I'm going to give it a name, first name, and the last name, and here the username. So this is my username, and this is the domain, and we need to click next. Here you have to enter the password. Now the other options, the one is user must change password to next login. Means the first time when a user gonna log in into a client machine, he has to change the password. And then you can select this option as well, or you select this option which says password never expires, or you can disable the account. But we'll just select the first option and then click next, and then click finish. Now we created the user. And now if we go onto the first machine, PC1, you can see that it says press Ctrl or delete. Means the first time when you are going to log in and it is on the network, it's going to give you a message press Ctrl or delete. And now if we click Ctrl or delete, we can see our domain slash and the username. Now here we need to enter the password we selected, and after entering the password just click this. You see that first time when we log in, it says the user's password must be changed. Click OK, and here you need to reset the password, and now click next. Now it's going to give you the message that password is changed, and you can see your password has been changed. Click OK. Now it's preparing your desktop. Now our desktop is ready. And because this was a normal user, now if we go into start menu and try to change some settings, let's see what happened. Go into control panel in the user account and click change account type. See, this message screen says that you must enter administrative password. And let's try with this same user. Because this user is not a administrator, let's see what happened. Now our password, and click yes. See, it says the request operation requires elevation. Basically, because this user was a normal user, he does not have a administrative privileges. Now let's see when we will assign administrative privileges to this user, what happened. Go into the server manager, and this user, you can see we are going to add this user into the admin. How can we do that? Here you can see domain admin. Just double click, click member, add it, and now here username is, just search it by clicking this check names, and now you can see this user, and it is going to be an administrator. Just apply it. Okay. And now if we go back and click change account type and password, and this time because it is an administrator, so if we click yes, now we can see that we entered into this user account screen. Now we can see that this is a local machine setting, and this password is for the local administrator of this machine, which is ABI. Now if we want to change the password, we can reset it from here, because this user who is logged in as an administrator, and this permission was given by the main administrator from the server side, that's why he can change this account type now. Now enter the new password, confirm it, and click OK. And now you can see that our password is changed. Now let's see if the main administrator wants to change the privileges, or he wants to remove the privileges given to this user. you need to go into the server account where the users are. You can see your user, and if you double click, you can see member of. Here, because it says domain admin, you need to click it, remove it. We are on the server machine. Now we are going to share the resources. So first of all, I'm going to create a folder. Name this folder. And then I'm going to put this file into this folder. Now how to share it so we can access from other PCs? Just right click, go into properties, and you can see your sharing. Go in advanced sharing and share this folder. Apply it, OK, and close it. Now let's go into PC1 and try to access this share folder. So if we click PC1 and just open this window explorer and work tab. Now here you can see all the PCs on the network, but the shared folder is on this server. So double click. Now we can see the share folder. If we double click, we can see the file inside. So this is the way how we can access in the network if we share a folder. Okay, now let's go to PC2 to access the same folder and file. We are on PC2 now. Just click Windows Explorer, click Network tab, and here we can see the server. If we double click, we can see the share folder. We just share one single file on the network, but on the network you can share lots of resources like printers, scanners, photos, videos, and whatever you want.